Hi everyone, welcome to this highly requested video where I share more about my process for using print on demand to sell my artwork through my Etsy shop. We're going to cover what print on demand is, how I use it in my business to sell art without shipping or having inventory, and unbox some products so you can see examples. You can also use this process on something like Shopify or your own website, or even for selling locally. So if you're not an Etsy seller, this still will work for you, and I'm going to share the whole process with you in this video. This is sponsored by Gelato, but I am not faking it, you guys. I've been using Gelato for over a year to sell my calendars, so I have no reservations about sharing this company with you all. I sold over 350 calendars in 2023, so this year I'm launching 3 calendars instead of 1, and I'm doing it with Gelato. I would not design and launch 3 calendars with a company I did not trust. I'm not going to waste that kind of time on a company that I haven't tried and tested. So that is why I am confident to share with you that you can get 50% off your first order within 72 hours of signing up. I've got a link right below this video where you can get that 50% off. So go ahead and grab some artwork that you've already made, pop it on some products, and check out what it looks like, and maybe even go ahead and list those products in your shop. If you're not familiar with print on demand, this is a process where you make the art and sell it on something like Etsy, Shopify, in person, maybe at a local gallery or cafe. The print on demand company prints it and ships it for you, so you go make more art instead of running a factory. I know I'm not the only artist who absolutely hates packing orders, standing in line at the post office, worrying about packing boxes and making sure you have enough tissue paper and labels and all that stuff that you don't want to be doing and you just want to be drawing, right? So that is why I love this whole print on demand model, because it allows you, the artist, to focus on the things that you do really well and let somebody else do the rest. So I want to show you all how this plays out in a real shop. So I uploaded my images to Gelato, put them on the mock-up, and pushed it over to my Etsy store. It's a super simple process. Once you do it one time, it's really easy. Then it's listed here in my Etsy store, and of course I've ordered a sample from Gelato and just taken a few pictures of it. Then I just kind of explain the product to the customer so that they have a little bit of knowledge about what they're ordering. Then they press add to cart and check out, and it gets pushed over to the Gelato store so they know the customer's address, what they ordered, and when they should expect it to arrive. The other benefits of print on demand is that there are no minimum orders. You can literally order a single sticker. There's no inventory or shipping, and you can sell globally and produce locally because Gelato has production centers all over the world. They also have one-click integration to Shopify, Etsy, and more platforms. A lot of people have asked me in email or messages, how do you connect your Etsy shop or your Shopify store to a print-on-demand company? With Gelato, it's literally one click, so I don't even need to do a tutorial for this, you guys. Just click on the button in the integration section and you're good to go. A little bit of history here that I think you all should know. I did try using, let's call them X company, and got a lot of bad reviews and no customer service help. This was really disconcerting for me, and I wasted a lot of time on this process. Later, I tried Gelato and I sold over 350 calendars with no bad product reviews. The only bad review that I ever got about my calendars that I sold with Gelato is a customer who sent me a picture of this calendar that literally the package looked like it had been run over by a truck. So I don't know what happened there, but I contacted Gelato and sent them some pictures, and they immediately placed a new order and sent that to the customer, no questions asked. I didn't have to pay for that new order. They took care of it immediately. They were super kind and just had a streamlined process for taking care of these things. So I didn't have to worry about what to do for this customer. And in the end, they were super happy. So let's jump right in and start unboxing these. We're going to do a phone case, a 10-card pack, some mugs, an acrylic print, and some calendars. Of course, they have a lot more products, so do explore those, you guys. I picked the products that I think look really good with my style and my artwork, but of course, you're gonna find some other products on there that speak to your style. So click on that link below this video to get 50% on your first order if you place the order within 72 hours of signing up. So let's go ahead and unbox these babies. So a lot of people wonder with something like gelato, what kind of packaging their customer will receive. So I wanted to take you all the way from the beginning of the process where your customer will get a package in their hands, what it's going to look like, to the point where they're opening and inspecting your package. Obviously, I've taped over my address here, so Gelato is not going to put purple tape all over your packages, but what you are going to see is a simple piece of packaging. You can customize the name that it comes from here, so you can make that your business name, and it's just a very simple but professional package. So let's go ahead and start opening these up. So this first one is a phone case, and I did a really high detail pattern because I wanted to see how much detail you're getting in there and how much contrast. Looks really nice. I don't see the pixels. It's a really high quality print. It's a very high quality flexi case, so I think people would be really happy with that. Of course, you could put a pattern on it, or you could put like a single element here on the back, some kind of illustration or lettering, and then sell those in your Etsy shop, Shopify, something like that. So I really like how this was packaged. There's this nice brown paper that's going to protect your stationery. Obviously, we don't want our paper to get all scuffed up in a regular shipping box. So I think they did a really good job with that. And then it's got this professional band over it. And I don't know if you can see very well the little bit of texture on the envelope, but it looks really nice. It's just some very simple, kind of almost watercolor looking paper for that envelope. So I appreciate when they go to a little bit of extra trouble to get a nice envelope. So it looks like you get a backing that kind of protects the interior of one of these cards. And then the remainder is just the cards themselves. So this is a 10 pack of cards, and I've done a somewhat high detail illustration because I really wanted to see how much detail you could get in there, and I think you guys can see it looks really good. It's even those tiny little marks look great. Here is the original image, and I think you can see it's very true to color. Now you're always going to see a more vibrant look on a screen just because light is coming from the screen and pushing light through, but in terms of the trueness of the color, this looks great. I order a lot of prints, so I always see things being a little bit off, but from screen to actual print, I think this looks great. The inside is just blank and simple, so your customer can write on the inside. So I ordered 2 different types of mugs so you all could see a couple of different options that they offer. So let's go ahead and open these up. One thing I love about Gelato is that they offer a lot of different types of mugs and unusual mugs. There's a lot of interesting shapes that you can get. So this is one of those big chunky mugs where you can fit a lot of coffee. I get tired of those tiny ones where you can hardly fit anything in it. And you can see you can get really nice contrast and detail on these. And then same thing with these. I think this is aluminum with white enamel. Super high detail, high contrast. I'm really happy with this. I would definitely sell this in my Etsy shop. I might just list this one right here because, you know, you're tapping into that SEO of like roller skating, hand lettering. There's kind of a 70s style going on here that's definitely trending. So perfect example of how you could take just a really simple illustration, put it on a product and list it in your shop right now. So this is a really cool way to sell an art print. This is an acrylic print, and I didn't want you all to miss out on how satisfying it is to peel this off, but they just have this protective coating on there so that when your customer gets it, they are opening a brand new, I mean, not a scratch on it because it's been in this nice protective case this whole time. So I really appreciate that. I think customers like feeling like, you know, it wasn't in there in the shipping box getting all marked up. So very professional way of presenting this. And then of course it comes with everything you need to put it together and this really simple instruction booklet, no words, it's just visual. So anybody could do it in any language. And what I like about the acrylic prints over some other kinds of prints is this glossy feel gives it such a bold contrast and turns what would on paper be a little bit flat into something super glossy and vibrant. So I would totally sell these in my Etsy shop. I love acrylic prints. And of course, that's something you could pretty easily get together by just creating some simple illustration or hand lettering and popping it on this. Now, Gelato does offer all kinds of other kinds of art prints, so this isn't the only kind of art print that you can offer, but this is kind of a fun, unusual one I wanted to show you all. So last I wanted to show you all my favorite Gelato product, which is something I ordered a while ago, and I've sold hundreds of these in my Etsy shop. Absolutely my favorite print-on-demand calendar out there, and these are just so high quality and really nice paper that's like has a tiny bit of a sheen to it, so it makes really vibrant color but not so glossy that people can't write on it. This is actually last year's calendar that I recolored and changed the dates on so I can sell it again this year. So that's something you can do with your calendar illustrations, of course. And then I also try to design a new calendar every year for the people who bought my calendar last year and are already asking, where's the calendar? So this is a great example of how you can take some simple illustrations, pop some dates on the page, and turn it into a sellable calendar. I think this is one of the most important format types that we can sell as artists because nearly everybody buys calendars and lots of people buy them for different parts of their home. So if you are like thinking about getting started with Gelato and you're wondering what product to do, I would recommend a calendar because this is, in my opinion, one of the most sellable formats out there. If you design a calendar, please put a link to it in the comments below so we can all see your calendar. So I don't think I have to do a lot of convincing here to get you all excited about putting your artwork on Gelato products. They're obviously high quality and it's super easy. You just upload your art, put it in your shop, and they're printing it for you, sending it to your customers, and then you just go make more art. So are you guys ready to start seeing your artwork on some high quality products sold to customers around the world while you just make more art and other people do the printing and the shipping? To get started with Gelato, you just need to connect your Gelato to your store. You can seamlessly link existing products or create new ones on multiple integrations. Then you start selling. Your customers are able to browse and purchase all of your created products within your e-commerce store like Etsy, Shopify, or your own website. Then Gelato produces those for you. They take care of the entire fulfillment process, creating your customer's order and preparing for shipping. Then, of course, they deliver it. Your customer's order is shipped using the global network of over 40 logistics providers. A lot of people say, oh, if you use print on demand, then you're not making as much money. But I think from seeing that last visual that you can see how much work they do to get this from your digital image to your customer. It's worth the extra money, you guys, because you don't have to sit there and worry about all these logistical issues. Gelato is going to do that for you. So jump on it, you guys. 50% off your first order within 72 hours of signing up. The link is right below this video. And of course, if you have more questions about dropshipping, go ahead and put those in the comments right below this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.